Okay, so let's start. Thank you all for joining us today. It's a pleasure for all of us to greet you and to see you on our online event. We have our dear friends here, Kate and Chris from Appsvio. And today they will be giving us some ideas how customer and organization management can boost our support teams in Jira Service Management. But before we start, I have a short message for you. As usual, we are constantly looking for speakers. So if you have an interesting topic or you would like to share some experience with us, you can drop me or Buriana a message, and so we can discuss it further. And yes, that is it. Now over to you guys.
Okay, so I can start. So hello, I'm Kate. I'm from Appsvio. I'm a Chief Product Officer at our company, and I'm also an Atlassian community leader. Online, not event, but also I'm trying to be an active member of our community.
Hello, my name is Chris, and I use Jira for like 10 years. And I use Jira Service Management from the very beginning. I love ski and high mountains and dumplings. Yeah, and that's a little bit about me.
Okay, thank you, Chris. So I think that I can start sharing my screen and we'll start with presentation. So today topic is how customer and organization management can boost your support teams in Jira Service Management. At the beginning, I would like to tell you a little about our company because we are both co-founders of Appsvio. So our company was founded by three friends, me, Chris, and also Peter, who is responsible for all technical aspects of our solutions. He's a CTO. In our company, we are in the ecosystem for many years, as Chris told, more than 10 years in his case. Me and Peter, we have been in the ecosystem almost 6 or 7 years. So we have got a little experience in this area. Our apps are available on the Atlassian marketplace and they are more and more popular. So in this year, we gain a silver marketplace partner badge. Also, Atlassian invested in our company this year as part of the Atlassian Ventures program. And this is a great support for our development, for our company and ourselves. Our activities outside the marketplace and community also include hackathons, mainly Atlassian Codegeist, in which our apps have been recognized by jury 3 times in a row. So we are also very happy from these awards. And as a company, we would like to focus primarily on Jira Service Management. So this is why today's topic will be about this product. We will start from short introduction to Jira Service Management. Then I move on to customer and organization management approach. After my little theoretical part, Chris will show you some real examples of customer and organization management implementation using one of our apps. Finally, there will be time for questions during the Q&A session. During presentation, you will see on slides some abbreviations, JSM as a Jira Service Management and COM as a Customer and Organization Management. So let's start with short overview of Jira Service Management. Probably the level of knowledge and experience in this product in our group today differs. So I would like to tell you a little about this product. So Jira Service Management is a separate Atlassian product to support IT and service teams. It is distinguished by having 2 sides, the customer side and the support team side. In case of customers, we start from Help Center, which you will see on the screen. This is the place which collects all customer portals to which we have access, we as a customer. When I select one of this customer portal, I can see the list of request types. And one customer portal represents one service project in Jira. When I select one of the request types, for example, Get IT Help, I have a form and I have fields to fill in. After the ticket submission, I have a screen, which is the summary of my ticket. It's called Request Details View. And here we have got all information which I provided when I submit ticket, but also we have got the whole communication with support team. As you can see, this is an activity part on the screen. And when I create a lot of tickets on the portal, I have also access to the list where I can find all these requests, and it's called request screen. This is the part for customer. When you are in the support team, when you are an agent or a manager of support team, we start from a queue. This is a list of requests which are waiting for our reaction, similar to the issue navigator, but here we have got a very important area in case of ITSM, such as SLA. So in this screen, it's a time to resolution. Every list of queues is available under service project, so it's not a global list to service project where I am an agent. When I select one of the requests which are waiting for my reaction, I have the issue view with all information which customer provided, as well as my comments, the whole history, some additional fields, and also we have got a dedicated panel with SLA metrics. Of course, we have got in the service project access to reports area. Here on the screen, we have got some example. It's a workload, and we can check who is assigned to the highest number of tickets in progress status. If you use JSM Premium or Enterprise, you have also access to asset management. This is a built-in, previously called Insight. It was the app on the marketplace, but Insight was acquired by Atlassian a few years ago. If you use JSM Free or Standard, unfortunately, this asset management is not included, but you can find some apps on the marketplace to organize this asset management in your Jira. Probably most of you know or have the ITL certification. This is very popular in case of ITSM area. And on the slide, you can see 7 practices from ITL version 4. And we map these practices to features in Jira Service Management. And for example, knowledge management practice from ITL can be mapped, can be represented by articles in the knowledge base in Confluence, another Atlassian product. Okay. A very important part of service projects and JSM are, of course, people. And we have got different roles in JSM because we have got people who are licensed and unlicensed. Licensed users, so you can see on the screen, agents, collaborators, and project administrators can interact with the service project from this Jira site. Today, we will talk especially about agents because they are a key part of the support team. And and we would like to boost their work using our solution. So we don't speak a lot about collaborators and project administrators. So this is the one part of people. And we have got also unlicensed users, and they are customers. Customers can raise requests through the portal, sometimes through email or widget, and of course interact with this request by commenting, also have access to read articles from knowledge base if you use it in our support center. So customers are not licensed, and you can have as many customers as you want, and you don't have to pay for them. But sometimes customers may be licensed in some special case. This is the case when we are talking about internal customers. For example, in our company, where we have an internal service desk for requesting holidays. But in the standard approach, the customer doesn't have access to Jira, so there is no license, and we don't pay for him. Since we are talking about customers, it's worth to going to the customer and organization management section, which is the main point in our topic today. So this concept is much less popular than CRM, customer relation management, and also often confused with him. These are two different tools, approaches, solutions, and it's important to say that customer and organization management is the part of customer relationships management. Let's look at some differences between these two approaches. In case of COM, we want to focus on customers, on contacts. We want to manage contacts, attributes assigned to this contacts, such as telephone number, email, office address, etc. In case of CRM, the scope is wider because it concerns deals, some transactions, but also some sales or marketing activities. So these tools, for example, Salesforce, which is well known, also have built-in advanced analytics, reporting. So as you can see, the topic in case of CRM is much wider in comparison with COM. In specific cases, Jira can be used as a customer relationship management tool, but it's not dedicated to that. Of course, we can find apps on the marketplace which offer some additional features and can help us to transform our Jira to CRM. But in my opinion, they will never replace a real CRM system, which we can find on the market, like a Salesforce or HubSpot. Today, we want to focus on COM, on customers, and how knowledge about them can speed up the resolution of support requests, but also improve the customer experience in case of any communication between our company and our customers. So saving basic information such as email or some addresses about the requester and requester's organization could be really beneficial for your support teams, and we will show you how. In case of large-scale JSM, I think that COM is especially important. Because in this case, we want to have control over customer accounts. It doesn't mean any access, but more about to which organizations and projects they are assigned to. It's also important to have some information about these customers, so these attributes. And moreover, it's important to have possibility to add customers or their attributes in bulk. because I'm not sure that anyone would like to update address for 500,000 customers manually. So we have to any tool, any integration, any REST API to do it. Just as no one would want to switch between tools, between projects, and add clients to these projects manually, one by one. Also, in case of large instances which use JSM, we often deal with more advanced processes. So it's not only create ticket and close ticket, but it's a wider process, more advanced, with some approvals, a lot of steps, a lot of engaged people in this ticket, various SLA metrics, which are different depending on the conditions. So it's important to this customer data can be part of this workflow, of this process in our company. And how can it, oh my God, can switch to the next slide. I don't know why. Okay, yes, it worked. Okay, unfortunately, in native JSM solution around COM, we can find a lot of features. It's far away from what most companies would need. First of all, in case of customer sites, we have got only one place where we have got our information. On the portal, we have got a profile section with my name, with email, language, and time zone. They are configured in my Atlassian account. And this is it, without any additional place to collect additional information about me. Also, in case of agents view, we have very limited screens because we have got only customers view, which is the list under the project. When we have got some organization and we click in this organization, we have got the same screen, similar screen, also under the project settings with the list of customers added to the organization without any additional information. And in the case of global configuration to this product, we have got only two small features, like can agents manage organizations and should new requests automatically be shared with a customer's organizations. So as you can see, this COM in JSM is very limited and we don't have a lot of features according to this area. So to summarize, we have a gap in the native JSM solution in the area of customer and organization management because we have got no space to store this additional information for customer and organizations. We don't have any object like attributes for these customers and organizations. Also, we don't have any easy tool to import these customers and organizations from some file or from external tool, which is very important, especially when we want to switch from another tool to Jira. Also, we can't easily check which organization the customer belongs to. We have to check all these service projects, which can be okay when we have 2 projects, but it can be horrible when we have got 100 projects. So generally, we have got poor support for customer and organization area. We have got some alternatives, of course. So we have got such tools like Active Directory or Azure. We can use Excel, Google Sheet, or another files to collect this information about customers and their attributes. We can use HubSpot or Salesforce and make some integration between Jira and these tools. Also, we can put all this information on the Confluence page. We also can put this information on the paper to our notes, so it's of course possible, but I'm not sure that it's very effective in case of large-scale JSM. And what's more, these alternatives are additional paid. We have got some additional costs per users, also some maintenance costs. Besides their external tools, very often without this integration with Jira, and agents have to switch between Jira Ticket, and other tools or files. So we don't have any one source of truth about customers and organizations and their attributes. So we see this problem in JSM, and now I think it's time for Chris to tell you how to solve it and why it's important to solve this problem and to fill this gap.
Thank you, Kate. You made a very detailed introduction into the Jira Service Management and customer management. I would like to present you our solution to all mentioned issues and gaps that Kate mentioned. We named the app the Customer Details because it's exactly what it does. The app collects additional information about the customers and the organizations. We have prepared 4 examples to show you how the Customer Details works. In each example, I will share a quick story background to make it more clear for you. Yeah, let's start with the first example. Imagine you work as a Jira Service Management agent for a multi-branch company and use Portal to receive requests from your employees about incidents and other failures. One day, someone created a ticket that air conditioner is not working properly. However, you don't have access to the information about each employee's office. So what would you do? Probably you will ask the customer for the location of the failure. And you wait for the answer because Alana, and because she's the reporter, she goes for the dinner with her perks, and you still wait. Instead of waiting, you could take a look at the office property for Alana, and without waiting for her answer, you could save a lot of agents' time. This was the example number 1. The example number 2. Second example is about the vendor business on the marketplace, like we do. Imagine you sell apps and you provide the support to your customers via the portal. One day, your favorite customer, Kate, created a Zoom call request due to some issues she's facing with the app. However, you as the agent discovered that the requested date that doesn't work for you, and you asked to change the date by Kate. And Kate responded that there's not a problem at all. At the end, you mark Kate as a perfect customer, and this might impact on the service level for the future case requests. Of course, the score is not visible by Kate. It's internal information shared only within the agents. The third example, some companies might require to accept privacy policy or other kind of agreements to use the portal. You could use the customer details to get this approval from them. Here you can see the one way of getting data, but there are more, of course. In case of the dialog you see here, you can change the behavior of it. It would be shown in this case until all fields have a value. And there are many other examples when the way of asking for data in that way might be useful. It could be used to ask for the initial data for the contact details or to share opinion about the specific use case. So some kind of pull on the portal by your customers. Example number 4 is the most complex example, and the story is about the marketing agency that have many different customers. They all can delegate to run the marketing campaign by raising the request on the portal. And by default, all customers have the same support level. It means that the resolution time is 16 hours for each ticket. This is the standard SLA metric that we have in this configuration. For premium customers, our marketing agency has one benefit. They can speed up the campaign execution by changing the priority field. And in our example, there's one customer who has a premium support level, and any user from that organization can change the priority field on the portal. From the configuration point of view, we display the edit button in the portal depending on the customer level. Because this specific campaign is very important for our customer, someone from the reporters organizations decide to change the priority to critical. As you can see, the SLA changed from 16 hours to just 1 hour. And how? In the SLA metric, we have two goals. The first goal set the 16 hours for the priority medium, and the second goal is 1 hour in case of the critical value in the priority. So this is the configuration. So we bundle the SLA configuration with the customer details data. There are plenty of ideas for the data we could collect, like the gender-specific pronouns, contact preferences, DOB, working time slots, social media channels, and they are very easy to start with. To make the fields more attractive, you can add emojis in the field's name. I think it looks quite cute. Yeah, in the next slide, there's a configuration because you saw some examples, and you saw examples with many different type of fields, and you may wonder how the configuration looks like. So to be frank, it's extremely easy. To design a form, we need to add at least one field. You can choose the type from the list on the right. We support many standard fields type like the text, number, drop down, checkbox fields. And once you add it, you're ready to publish the form and your customers can use it. We support many, as I said, we support many standard fields, but if you missing any type, don't worry, we are looking for a way to add new types, to support the new types of fields in the app. So just let us know about this. And there are additional settings on the screen, like the title and description. There are also options to make the field visible and editable only by agents. And we use this option in the rating, in the support level, in the example number 2, to make the fields visible only to the agents, not to the customers. Yeah, we cover operations that are critical to many Jira Service Management admins, especially when they manage a large group of customers, create 1,000 customers accounts and link them to the selected project is no longer an issue. Adding customers to the organizations in a bulk is a very welcome, and it's something also that we have in the customer details. In case of the REST API, because some of you might be interested in integrating the customer details app with your current software and to make initial customer accounts migration or sync data between customer details and your existing back office software. So we provide several REST endpoints you can use, but to get the most from the REST API, you would need to use the endpoints from the Jira Service Management as well. The full list of the operations you can make is available in the documentation, so feel free to check it out. And on the next slide, because we are approaching to the end of the slides, to the presentation, we'd like to hear feedback about the examples that we have prepared. So please vote for the most interesting example you saw. We mentioned about 4 examples. So you can just scan the QR code by your phone and vote, or you can just enter the slido.com page and enter the survey ID, which you can find on the slide. The results are live, so we'll be all see the result here. For those who voted, you can start thinking about the Q&A and about the questions, because we'll have the Q&A in a second. Yeah, example number 2 is has the most votes at this moment. The server will be open for the several minutes, so feel free to vote even when we finish the presentation. We'd love to see which example is the most interesting for you. Yeah, and I just want to be frank with you, because in the examples, we use 2 features from our another app, the feature bundle. We use the announcement banner to share the story behind the examples, and this is the red area in the customer portal. You can know that the announcement default feature which exists in the Jira Service Management is limited just to 1 announcement banner, and here you can have many of them. And we also use the feature from the feature bundle to change the ticket priority on the portal. So this is the edit button you can see on the right. And yeah, just feel free to check this out as well. Yeah, and the Q&A session. So it's time to you. So you can ask questions. You can use chat if you prefer to do in that way. You can just ask questions with your mic. So yeah, just waiting for questions.
Any questions so far? I can give you one feedback if everyone is so shy that don't want to take the word. In my company that I'm currently working for, we have a process that requires the raiser or the reporter of the request to be able to edit their own requests. So this means that there is a need for this thing, but unfortunately the Jira Service Management that comes out of the box doesn't have that feature. So with your add-on, I think this is one of the gaps that you're filling, and probably would be quite good to observe and to try out.
Yeah, so we talk about the edit request that we have in the feature bundle, and that's right. You can use this feature to edit the request, or to make even to change the status of the request by the customers. So it's not only about the editing, but it's also about the transitioning issue from one status to another one.
Yeah.
And what's very interesting about this is that we support the inside field. So the customer is able to change the selected value in the inside field. So it's quite a powerful feature. So we have one question. Yeah. Please go ahead.
So the question is, have you published the demos or use cases anywhere? Probably in YouTube. I feel all the pains shared. Yeah, I think we all feel them.
So I'm pretty sure that we create an article based on the presentation that we made for this meeting, because it was for the first time that we talk about the customer details, and we just noticed with Kate that there are many interesting slides that brings a huge value to the Jira Service Management users, and the examples that we highlighted are interesting one, and they touch the common pain points. Yeah, we'll create an article about this, and I think that we'll even describe them even more in detail, and yeah, it will be shared. We'll also share this recording after this meeting, so you'll be able to back to the recording and look at the examples again. So on the next slide, we've prepared additional questions because we predicted that there might be not many questions. So you can use those questions if you like. I can also, and Kay, we can also try to answer on the question that we have prepared. So maybe Kate, the first question to you. So is your app or our app is available for data center?
So our apps are available on data center, but honestly speaking, we are focusing on cloud transformation and on cloud apps. So when we are adding new features, the first is on cloud. And if you have some requests from the customers, we are moving these features to the data center version also. But the cloud is our main area and main hosting on which we develop apps, not only in case of customer details or feature bundle, but our other apps. And I think that it's like an Atlassian approach is in case of cloud transformation.
Okay, thank you. And we have a second question on the slide. How fast does the searching for attributes on a larger instance work? Let's say that we have a 10K customer base. So it works very fast, like because we use the cache for the all data that we store in our application. So we don't ask the database for each time when the customer search for something. So we use the cache, so it works very fast. The third question is about data residency. I'm not sure if Kate would like to answer this. Does the app support data residency?
So not yet, but we are working on it. It's on our roadmap, and we hope to add it to the app. I think we need 3-5 months to do it, but it's technically possible, and we can do it. It's also related to the question from the chat. Do you keep Jira instance data outside the Jira site? So all this data which you collect in customer details are saved on your Jira instance, and you can map these objects to Jira custom fields as well as. So we don't keep any data.
It might be a question about the database, I guess. I'm not sure,
okay.
But if this is true, then we store the data in our application because the customer details is the Connect app. So we host the application, and right now it's we use the Heroku service to do so. So the short answer is yes, we store data. Our plan is to migrate to the Forge platform. Hopefully, it will be doable next year. And in the Forge approach, all data are stored on the customer's Jira instance. So then we don't have a data residency issue. but the migration of the customer details to the Forge is not doable at this moment. So we are looking for implementing some feature from the Atlassian side to allow us to do so.
Okay, another question is from Paul. Which CRMs can you connect? So we can connect with HubSpot, but it's another app. Today we are talking about an app which allows you to collect information in Jira. So you don't need any external CRM to collect information about your customers, so emails or other attributes. Everything is stored in Jira as Jira objects. And the last question, if there are workflow validations or conditions, will the customer can transition their ticket from the portal? So this is question according to Feature Bundle app.
Yes, so I'm talking with Peter right now on the Slack about this question, because I'm to be honest, I'm not sure if we respect the workflow validators and conditions. Probably not, because from the technical point of view, the transition is executed as an app user. So yeah, this is something that Peter just confirmed. So we do not respect the workflow validators and the conditions. But in the edit feature, we have a JQL limitation. So we can type a JQL to determine when the edit button will be available to the customers. If the availability should be depend on the issue property or the issue field or custom fields, then it will work. Yeah, so the answer is no, with some additional options to control the edit visibility in the app settings.
Okay, so I don't see more questions on the chat. If you have anything more, if you have any more questions or any feedback, or would you like to share some use cases, your use cases with us, you can always contact us via email. You can also find us on LinkedIn. So we'll be glad to talk with you. And so I think that now it's time for our national match, national team today with Mexico during the FIFA World Cup. So we are crossing fingers for our team.
Yeah,
Go,
in 13 minutes the match will begin. Hopefully Robert Lewandowski and the rest of the team will be able to put the ball into Mexico goal.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.
So, thank you, and thank you, Velizar, for inviting us. It was really a pleasure to speak at this group.
Yeah, it was also a pleasure to have you, and you're always welcome if you have another interesting topic. Okay, so now we're going to wrap up, and probably if everything goes well and I manage to find the recording this time, I will be sending you to all of you. And yeah, go Poland.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
guys.
Bye.
Bye.